Napoli are intent on tying star winger Khvicha Kvaratskhelia to a new contract amid interest from the likes of Real Madrid, Manchester City and Liverpool. The Georgia star, 23, has developed into an excellent forward player over recent seasons and was a key member of the squad that won the club's first Serie A title since 1990 last season. He scored 12 goals with 10 assists and followed that up with a further 17 goal contributions last season, as the club fell to 10th. Antonio Conte is now the new manager, but Kvaratskhelia's camp have expressed public concern over the lack of Champions League football on offer next season. That has put a number of clubs on red alert. But with Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen also linked with a move away, Napoli are keen to tie their winger down to a new contract. Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano says that club president Aurelio De Laurentiis is keen to discuss a deal for at least one more season, with a salary increase valid from 2025. He adds that the club will attempt to force the issue further once the Euros have concluded. De Laurentiis hit back at the player's representative this season when he said he would only leave if the offer was too good to refuse. Football Italia says that Kvaratskhelia is among the lowest-earning players in the Napoli squad currently, though his current contract runs until 2027. "The offer that cannot be refused must come to me and not to him," replied De Laurentiis. "Kvara has many more years with us and I want to extend his contract. He has been a gentleman, we will talk it over at the end of the season. If he should become fixed on an idea, then that would be bad for him and for us. We knew he was a great player, but thanks to Napoli he was able to express the best side of himself and it is only right that we get rewarded for getting that value out of him." Madrid are said to be admirers of the player but having signed Kylian Mbappé for next season, a move seems unlikely. City's interest has always been mooted, while Liverpool are now said to be entering the conversation to potentially make Kvaratskhelia their first signing under new boss Arne Slot, and could step up their interest once the Euros are concluded. Additionally, they assert that the Eagles do not intend to sell Guehi if at all feasible and that Liverpool has long been admirers of the central defender. After putting up a terrific performance in the opening Euros match against Serbia and earning a clean sheet for his endeavours, he has undoubtedly drawn more notice. But his football journey really begins when he returned to Chelsea after 2 successful championship spells at Swansea City. After he was given the opportunity to play Premier League first-team games before joining the Eagles. Since moving to Selhurst Park back in 2021, his defensive skills and ability have been evident. The emerging star has consistently won praise for his efforts, so it was only a matter of time until one of the big guns came in for him. Despite being most strongly associated to the Reds, he had previously been linked to rivals Manchester United. Palace has served as a shelter for talented players hoping to enter the Premier League without the immediate stress of having to play for one of the so-called Big Six over the years. They consistently find talent for little money or nurture stars in their junior program, then sell them for astronomical profits. Their most notable sale being right-back Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who moved to Manchester United, for an estimated fee of £55 million. Lately, attacking options Michael Olise and Eberechi Ez have drawn interest from Premier League teams in addition to Guehi. 2 of the 3 have been linked to the Reds, although as many Liverpool supporters know, a defender is the priority, at least initially, in this transfer window. Therefore, Marc Guehi would seem to be the most likely candidate at this moment if they were to choose a target from the 3 names that were previously stated. The most concrete interest in Guehi appears to be from Liverpool and Newcastle, although a host of other Premier League clubs are also keeping tabs on the 23-year-old. Among the other clubs interested are Chelsea, who sold the defender to Crystal Palace in 2021. During his time at Stamford Bridge, the defender only made 2 senior appearances and he never played in the Premier League. Since his days at Chelsea, it's fair to say that Guehi has come on leaps and bounds. In total, he's racked up 95 Premier League appearances for Palace and he's also established himself as an England international. Liverpool are reportedly interested in signing exciting Leeds United youngster Archie Gray, but Ben Jacobs has told GIVEMESPORT that there are concerns from the players' camp over a potential move to the Premier League. Gray played 52 times for Leeds United during the 2023-24 campaign as Daniel Farke's side reached the Championship playoff final, where they eventually lost to Russell Martin's Southampton. The 18-year-old made his Leeds debut on the opening day of the Championship season against Cardiff, aged 17, and went on to feature in 44 of Leeds' 46 games throughout the league campaign. He also played 28 minutes in the playoff final at Wembley. Gray has attracted an abundance of interest from the Premier League clubs, according to Jacobs, with Liverpool reportedly leading the race for his signature. Gray has reportedly been outlined as a main target for the Reds this summer by new manager Arne, who has replaced Jurgen Klopp in the hot seat at Anfield. Bayern Munich are also said to be interested in the 18-year-old, with Vincent Kompany thought to admire the player, as are Real Madrid, as Europe's elite clubs are set to test Leeds' resolve in the coming months. However, there are reservations around the timing of a potential move, which could prove to be a stumbling block for clubs including Liverpool, Bayern and Madrid. Understandably, Gray's family are concerned for the teenager's development and feel a move away from Leeds and to a club like Liverpool could cost him lots of game time. For Leeds last year, Gray started the large majority of the club's championship games, 40 out of 44, and played a total of 3,873 minutes in the competition. These minutes, which are crucial at his age, would likely be heavily reduced if he made a move to Liverpool. After an impressive breakthrough season at Elland Road, Leeds are hopeful that their trust in Gray over the course of the season will be rewarded with his loyalty and he will choose to stay in West Yorkshire. GMS sources understand that the club are confident that Gray will stay ahead of the 2024-25 season, as they bid to return to the Premier League after their failed attempt this season. Real Madrid have already made some huge signings this summer. Of course, Kylian Mbappé made the switch from the French capital to the Spanish capital. He will also be partnered in the attack with future prospect Endrick, who is emerging to be one of the best youngsters in the world. Therefore, Real Madrid's attack is essentially soldierified for many years. However, Carlo Ancelotti must now turn his attention to the defense. Such is the nature of the game, many of the aging players in Real Madrid's squad play in the defensive positions. The likes of Dani Carvajal, Antonio Rudiger and David Alaba are not getting any younger, so it is important for Florentino Perez and Ancelotti to act prudent about the future. With Nacho Fernandez linked to Al Ittihad, it is now time for Real Madrid to invest in the future. One player who is linked with a move to the Bernabeu is standout LOSC star Leny Yoro, who is just 18 years old with the whole world at his feet currently. According to a report from Mundo Deportivo, though, Real Madrid will have to be hot on their heels, as Liverpool have made a move to sign Yoro. It is believed that Arne Slot's new team has submitted a €50 million bid for Leny Yoro, only to have it rejected. Still, LOSC would like to hold out for €60 million, showing their intent by rejecting Liverpool's advances. From Real Madrid's perspective, their next step should now be clear. They simply have to submit their own bid. While they have all the allure in the world of being the world's greatest club, they must be efficient in the transfer market too. After all, players are not going to walk to Florentino Perez, club without any effort on the other end. For Yoro, both projects are exciting. Needless to say, Real Madrid is the absolute pinnacle for any player, and it is the final goal which shows a player has completed their progression path. Therefore, signing for Real Madrid at a young age will certainly appeal to the Frenchman. That said, under the new management of Arne Slot at Liverpool, Leny Yoro could certainly continue his progression. He would play alongside Virgil van Dijk, who is one of the best defenders in the world, and, of course, his international teammate Ibrahima Konate.